Go. Welcome back to Dragon Ball Daima Anime Review, episode number 7. We are reviewing the 7th episode of the series, Collar. So, we start off in the regular world where, well, basically Earth, where Bulma's trying to fix basically what's wrong with this ship, and can't figure out, of course, we see all Super Vegeta, Piccolo, Mr. Popo, Ken, basically Supreme Kai's bodyguard. Oh, it's Kibito. That's his name, Kibito. So, then of course the guy from the previous episode shows up, who works for the King Goma, I think, not Goma, basically the King of the Third World, and asks to bring the 4 along, which he does, no problem. Though, Kibito stays behind, the other 3 come along, no problem. Piccolo, Vegeta, and Bulma, and they fly to the third demon world, where Bulma complains about the smell of the place, and of course, basically, the guy wants, basically, he's got hot date, no, you don't, and you want pizza with worms on it. Bulma's like, ew, that's disgusting. I agree, that's freaking gross. And that's their contribution to the whole episode, though they had this thing where they actually check out the navigation. They're in there in the episode for roughly 5 minutes. So, meanwhile, though, Glorio, Goku, Patsy, and Supreme Kai fly around, and then they're basically told by the, well, King Goma's, his army to land to search the ship, which they do. And they throw all their stuff outside. Of course, they're looking for Goku, obviously. Oh, by the way, they revealed the whole thing with the collar, which, of course, here's the thing. I'll get to the collar in just a minute. So, they figure out how they would track it thanks to the collar Patsy wears. That comes a small role, basically, in this episode. So, then, of course, they get into a fight with the army, which, of course, they win, smash the Supreme Kai's. Supreme Kai proceeds to break the collar she has, which I believe she's had the collar since, like, I think they revealed, in the previous episode that she had this damn collar, which, of course, apparently, like, King Goma's troops basically slapped collars on everybody who was in the Third World. And, of course, according to Supreme Kai, that is actually from his world. And apparently despite like his run name is Shin in the regular Earth, in the Universe 7, his name in Glen is Nahiko. Goku thinks calling that, and then can I just continue calling Supreme Kai? And he's like, that's fine. My guess is the reason why they don't have Goku call him by his actual name. The reason why for this moment. By the way, also they still want one of their ships. Okay, so there's actually a continuity reason why he can't call him by his actual name. Because in Super, he still calls him Supreme Kai. Yes he does. So, good on basically the anime for doing that. For remembering, oh yeah, he still calls him Supreme Kai even in Super. So, good on that. That just mostly it's a continuity thing. That's the reason why that is. So, and the floor fly around, and of course they ride where the Dragon Balls are. And they see the thing, it's like title number 3. And of course, basically Goku, after having some food, uses the restroom as the recovery bug. There's a funny one beginning in the episode where he's eating one of these rations, which is equivalent to 2 meals. And he gets really big after eating just 2 of these things. And he's like full after eating 2 things. Well, because basically Goku's got a big stomach. So, then he ends up challenging the Tomas, that's the golems with the Dragon Balls, which Goku notes, though, these look similar to the Mecha Dragon Balls, which, look at them, I can kind of buy that, though the shape of them basically reminds me of the Earth Dragon Balls. So, it is interesting, though, we have this episode, we have a bit of, like, we have a continuity nod, and a bit of development on Supreme Kai. Because Supreme Kai, before this series, and after the series in Super, not much is known about the guy. Not really. Aside from the fact he's Supreme Kai, we don't know what species his is. Like, Super is never mentioned what species is at all. Like, you think, oh, maybe they feel that. Not really, no. The only thing they reveal about him is the fact that if Supreme Kai dies, then Beerus dies. That's the only thing. It's like very basic, and that's one thing I like about Daima is we get development on Supreme Kai because not much is known about him. Of course, King Ghidorah, he's mentioned this episode once again because, of course, he bring up the fact this guy, because he died in the Majin Buu stuff. So I appreciate this episode. Surprisingly, no Chi-Chi this episode. I think she's probably like, yeah, she's not here in this episode. She's up to this episode 2, believe it or not. Yeah, she, Goten, and Trunks have remarkably been absent. Actually, no, they're not the only ones. Master Roshi's been absent, along with Krillin. Yes, Krillin has been absent, which is interesting to say the least. You know who's also not been here these episodes? 18. And Marin's not here either. Not sure what they're up to. They don't really show them per se, which is kind of weird. I'm assuming that maybe 18 was turned into a child, presumably, despite the fact she had much of a childhood anyways, because she was basically reconverted to an android. Despite the fact, well, technically what she is a cyborg. A very beautiful cyborg who gave birth to a little girl who, just by sheer coincidence, is named after Krillin's first girlfriend, who was part of an anime original episode, who he broke up with her because he thought it was too good for her. That's what makes the relationship actually working perfectly fine. Yeah. I'm like, you watch the series, like, okay, I'm glad, you're probably like, okay, we're glad Goku's here, Piccolo, Vegeta, great. But you're like, where's Krillin? Like, he's not appeared. Like, he's been absent. Roshi, I get the reason why he's not here, because that's the thing from Z, so that's not the anime's fault, the fact that Roshi doesn't get a lot to do this period of time, so, yeah. And, of course, basically has to hope that, well, microphone gets better. Yes, I did hear about I don't know, I heard the GoFundMe was actually successful, and I heard he is recovering, so, good on him. I heard of Monica Real when I spoke to her, and I did mention this to her, that in the first episode of this View series, I did bring him up, and she seemed very appreciative of the fact I brought him up in my review series. I don't know if she watches these or not. I hope she does, because basically, well, of course she was shocked the last Comic-Con when I met her. She was shocked the fact that I have watched 43 anime with her in it. Yes, 43. And that's in a period of 8 years. Yes, 8 years, since 2017. Yep. But yeah, now what I say about this episode. Oh, by the way, the collar is destroyed by Supreme Kai. Thanks to the fact, metal of this thing was from Demon World number 2. It's a metal known to Glenn, so he just chants magic and breaks damn thing. And she figured, though, this might be a good idea. Now, of course, they don't mention the guy who's got a collar in the episode. So she suggests spread a magic around to get rid of these damn things. Which I don't think that Supreme Kai has a problem with that, per se. But we'll find out, basically, as time goes on for the series. But glad she got rid of the damn thing. And I can't believe this little girl is 80 years old. Yes, seriously. But it is kind of... here's the thing. I don't think Akira Toriyama planned to have an idea for this series. You know, we have a thing called a Demon War, which they mentioned in Majin Buu. Like, because King Ghidorah, was actually the king of this world. Like, I don't think he had planned to explore this concept for the series. But this is probably an idea of someone who worked with him and probably suggest, hey, can we have a series that basically explores the whole demon world aspect that was first mentioned in the Majin Buu stuff? I'm sure Akira Toriyama himself I'm sure he approved the series before his passing, but I don't think anything to do with the series, given the fact he was working on the Dragon Ball Super manga. And yes, I do know about the fact that he released a one-shot recently, which I have caught up to date with the manga, so who knows when they release another chapter. They didn't say when, but who knows? Maybe the manga's coming back with new writer. Hopefully, maybe they're continuing off where Akira Toriyama left off, because before this recent chapter came out, the last chapter came back in late 2023. That was the last time they officially released anything for the series. Yep. But yeah, with that, basically, I'm kind of on my anime, which is awesome. Which means tomorrow, just gotta worry about just Farine and Case Closed, and maybe a Comic Corner or two, okay? Yep. So, that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. So I'll see you tomorrow for all this anime. Okay? See you soon. Bye.